Okay, good morning, everybody. Let's just start with math class. Remember, have ready your book. But before, happy Valentine's Day. For people that they're connected right now, happy Valentine's Day. Remember that today we celebrate the day. And so it's not just for having a day with the friends, it's also having a day with families, with the people that we care, that we really appreciate. So I have here these pictures about Valentine's Day. And so it says, roses are red, violets are blue. Our class wouldn't be the same without you. So this is a life poem for you. So, and as you can notice here, we have a heart and it has some information here that it's Valentine's Day, that we have love. Today we celebrate the love that we have. It's all the day we need to show how much we love our family, our friends, the people that we love them, and so it's not just about love, it's about also friendships. So I hope that you have a wonderful day, that you can eat candies in this day, or some snacks, something delicious. Maybe you're going to celebrate. Are you going to celebrate Valentine's Day in your house? No? Yes? Maybe you're going to eat something delicious, just different from the other days, or not.
Thank you, yes.
Welcome, welcome. Have a wonderful day in this day, in Valentine's Day today. Okay, so are you ready with your friendship wins? Says Joshua. Okay, yes. Now, are you ready with your math book?
Yes.
Yes. You're ready? Okay, let's start. So everybody open your book on page 155. We're going to continue talking about divisions, but now it's going to be divisions with tens, hundreds, and thousands. That is for today. Divides, tens, hundreds, and thousands. That is the topic. So we're going to work in these two pages. Let's see if we finish the two pages. 155, 156. Remember that in divisions, we need to know the table. So that is part of your homework, to study the tables, to review the tables if you already know the table, to review it. So you can remember when we're solving these problems. So we have problem number 1. Rebecca, help me to read this problem.
Dustin is picking apples in gift boxes. Each gift box holds 4 apples. How many boxes can Dustin pick with 120 apples?
Thank you so much. So what information do we know, class? What information do we know in this problem?
Then we had 120 apples and 4 boxes. And we need to put the one
And
the 120
4
apples
boxes?
in the
Yeah.
4 boxes. We have to find the way.
Excellent, Joshua. Thank you, Lucy and Rebecca. We know the information here. The information that we know is that we have Dustin wants to pack 120 apples into gift or box. For 4 apples, there are going to be in each box. So that is information that we know, and what we need to find, as Joshua says, we need to know how many boxes there are going to be in total that we're going to use to pack these 120 apples. So how can we know that? We know that we use division. So you can divide using this information. The 120 apples that we have divided by the 4 apples that there are going to be in each box. In each box, there are going to be 4. Now, it says, use the basic fact. You are going to identify, since this isn't hundreds and tens we're dividing, we can divide 12 divided by 4. We omit the number 0. So we say 12 divided by 4, you can think about a number that you multiply by 4 and the answer is 12. In the table of 4, think about one number that you multiply by 4 and the answer is 12.
3.
4 times 3, that's right. So we can write 3 here as the answer. But since we're talking about tens, 120, we're talking about tens. So it's equal to having 3 tenths. 12 divided by 4 is 3, but we're talking about tens. So that's why we have tens. Now it says divide, we have that 12 tenths 12 tenths is the same of having 120. It's the same, 120. We can write 120 in this way or as 12 tenths if we regroup them. Divided by 4. So it says, think of 4 times 3 as 12 tenths. So we know that 4 times 3 tenths is equal of 12 tenths. And now this 3 tenths that we have, 3 tenths, how can you represent this number, in numbers, not in letters, just in numbers? 3 tenths. 3 tenths is the same of having 30. 3 tenths is the same of having this number 30. So we know now that 120 divided by 4, the answer is 30. The answer is 30. So how many boxes Dustin is going to pack?
30.
30 boxes, that's right. So now we know the answer, that 30 boxes, this boy is going to look, he's going to use 30 boxes to pack these 120 apples into 30 boxes of 4 apples in each box. That is the answer. Again, remember, we have 120 divided by 4 because 120 is the total of apples that he wants to divide into boxes. Boxes that each box is going to have 4. So in order to ask for to know the answer of how many boxes, we need to divide the total of apples into the number of apples that we're going to include in each box. So 120 divided by 4 is the same of having 12 tenths divided by 4. 12 tenths divided by 4. So if you divide 12 tenths divided by 4, you think about 4 times 3 equals 12. So you know that 3 tenths, because we're not talking about just 12, we're talking about 120. So we're talking about 12 tenths. So 3 tenths in letters, we have tenth here, but in numbers, it represents as 30. So we have 30 as the answer of 120, or 12 tenths divided by 4 is equal of 3 tenths or 30. So the 30 that we got is the number of boxes that Dustin is going to need. Yes? Questions about this problem, class? Is it clear? Thumbs up, is it clear for you? Thumbs up. Yes? Okay, finish, class. Did you finish to copy this in your book?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, excellent. Let's go to next part of this 155, this page. We have the example number 2. Why it says example number 2? Now we have divide 1,200 divided by 4.
No.
That's what we're going to do. Divide 1,200
I don't finish.
divided by 4. You didn't finish, Santiago Chavez? No. Remember, have ready your books. You have to have ready your books, class. Okay, let's continue with this, Santiago Chavez. Later, you're going to stay to copy the first part. Now, what it says in page 155, it says, step number 5, identify the basic fact that it's, instead of having 1,200, we're going to have 12. We omit the 2 zeros. 12 divided by 4. So we're talking about now hundreds, not tens, because we have 1,200 is the same as having this 12 hundreds. Now think about one number that you multiply by 4. The answer is 12 again.
3.
3.
3.
Yes, so 4 times 3 is equal 12. So, but in this case, we're talking about hundreds. So that's why we have 300s here. 300s is the same. This is the same of the previous one, exercise 1. The difference here is that we have 1 0 more. We're talking about 1 0 more. So we're talking about 12 hundreds divided by 4 is going to be the same of having 300s. 300s, because 4 times 300 is equal to 1200. Now, how do you represent these 300s in numbers, class? How do you write these 300s in numbers?
300.
Yes, 300. That is 300s in numbers. So we have 300. And now we know that 1,200 divided by 4 is equal of having 300. As you can notice, it's easier for us to omit the 2 zeros. We just divide 12 divided by 4, we say equal 3. But we, at the end, we just copied the 2 zeros. It's the same as the multiplication. Do you remember that in multiplications, we omit the zeros? We didn't multiply the zeros. We just multiply the numbers, and then we just copy the number, the amount
That
of zeros.
was crazy and awesome.
Yes, so that it's going to be the same. In this case, we divide. We think about, okay, one number multiplied by 4, the answer is 12. We say 3. And then we just copy the 2 zeros because we have 2 zeros here. So we copy 2 zeros more here. Yes, it's the same of the multiplications. 1,200 divided by 4 is the same of having, it's equal to 300. Equal. So is it, if you notice, we have 2 zeros in the answer, is the total of zeros that we have here. We just copied the 2 zeros. It's the same. Now, let's work on the second part. In this part, what it says, explain how to use a basic fact and a place value to divide the 4,000 divided by 5 class. How can we use this?
We're going to divide one. We're going to divide this.
How can we divide here? How can we use the fact like this to divide this 4,000 divided by 5? How can we know this?
Divided 4 times 5.
4 divided by 5. Can we divide 4 by 5? Or we can use 40?
No.
We use
Yes,
more.
40.
40, we can use divide 40 divided by 5. So let's write this. First, let's write 40 divided by 5. You can think about this. And what is the answer of 40 divided by 5? Think about one number on the table of 5 that you multiply 5 times that number, and the answer is 40.
8.
Equal to 8, that's right. And now it's equal to 8, excellent. But now it says it's 4,000 divided by 5. So we think about that this 8 is not going to be just 8. It's going to be 800 because we have 4,000. So we can say that 40,000, since we have now 40 divided by 8, we can say that 40,000 divided by 5. What is the answer, class? We know that 40 divided by 5 is equal to 8. But 40 divided by 5, what's going to be? 800.
100.
Yes, 800. How do you know that? Remember that we're using just this 40. Okay, we're using 40. We're dividing 40. Here, I'm going to use them. 40 divided by 5, we know that it's 8. And how many zeros we copy, class? We just copied 2 zeros more. Look here. 40 divided by 5 equal 8. And you copied these 2 zeros here. So 40 divided by 5, this is a one way that we can do. We can divide 40 by 5 equal 8. So it's going to be easier for us to identify that 4,000 divided by 5 is equal 800. Because we know that this 40 divided by 5 is 8. We already know that. And then we just copy the 2 zeros. Yes? Questions about this, class? Questions?
No.
No?
Miss, why put the 8 and not the 40?
Why the 8 and not the 4 where?
Why put the 4 and but not put the 4 and put the 8?
The 8 in here, in this one, the one or in the second one?
In the second one.
Okay, in this one. Excellent. Remember that we're dividing 4,000. So we have 4,000 divided by 5. So you multiply 5. You think about one number that you multiply by 5 that the answer is 40. You say 5 times 8 is equal 40. So that's why you don't copy here 4, because you're multiplying 5 times 8 to have 40. In the table of 5, you say 5 times 8 is equal 40. No, 40, 4 times 5, it's not 8. No, 5 times 8 equals 40. That's why in the answer we write the number 8.
Okay, thank you, Miss.
Okay, welcome. Any other question, class? So that is the way that we can use 4 thousandths divided by 5, it's 800. Finished? Do you finish to complete this, Santiago Chavez? Yes? No? Okay, I'm going to wait 1 minute. Go to the next page, 156, and the same. We have to divide 2,800 by 7. Try to do it by yourself. Try to do it by yourself. I'm going to take the attendance while you are finishing to work on this. So say present if you're connected today. Ana, Andrea, and Camila.
Present.
Okay, Gabriela, Isabela, and Kiara.
Present.
Present.
Okay. Lucia, Mia, and Rebecca.
Present.
Okay. Rosa, Valerie, and Sian.
Present. Present.
Okay, perfect. Okay, let's see, boys. Alberto, Dani, and Fernando.
Present.
Me puede poner la página anterior.
Okay, Hermes, Joshua, and
Present.
Khaled.
Present, I am Hermes.
Okay, Marcelo, Santiago Hernandez, and Santiago Chavez.
Present.
Okay, Santiago Hernandez Pianos.
No.
No, it's not here. Okay.
No.
Okay, great. Did you finish class to copy this? Page 155. Yes, thank you,
Yes.
Kiara. Yes.
Yes.
Camila, Donnie, you have any problem with your video? Oh, thank you, Donnie. Okay, let's go to the next page. 156. What we're going to do here, class, is the same. We're going to divide 2,800 divided by 7. It says, what basic fact can you use that for? How can we divide this? How sure we can do this?
We can divide 3 times 7 and we are 28.
Okay, thank you. But before that, it says, what basic fact? We can think about 28 divided by 7, right? That is what we can do here. So we're going to write this. 28, that it can be the fact. 28 divided by 7 equal to what? What is the answer? You say it's 3. 3 times 7 is 28.
No, 4. 4.
4. That's right. You think about that. 7 times 4, it's 28. 28. 7 times 3, it's 21. So we continue. We say 7 times 4, it's 28. So that is the number that we're going to use. So we know that 28 divided by 7 is equal 4. That is our basic fact. Now, we think about that 2,800 is equal of having 2,800. So let's write hundreds here. Why? Because we are not using tens, we're using hundreds. When you read this number, you say 2,800. So it's the same of writing in letters 2,800. Now, this 2,800 divided by 7 is the same of having, it's equal to?
4.
For what?
400.
400,
Yes.
excellent. 2,800 divided by 7 equal of 400. And now here, this is the same. 2,800 divided by 7 is equal of 400. How do you write 400 in numbers? Just using numbers.
4 and 0, 0. 400.
That's right. Thank you. 400. That is 400 in numbers. So we know that 2,800 is equal, divided by 7 equals 400. How do you know that also? How can you check your answer? You know that 7 times 4 is 28. and you have 2 zeros. So these 2 zeros you copy here. So you know that you have 2 zeros here and 2 zeros in the other. So you know that it's correct, this answer. Yes, that is one way that we can check also our answer to be sure that we have the amount of zeros that we need to copy. So 400 is the answer. The same now, divide 280 divided by 7. Who can tell me the basic fact that we can use in this case? Number 2.
The 28 divided 7.
That's right. Again, we're going to use 28 divided by 7. And what is the answer of this?
4.
4. That's
4.
right. It's equal to 4. Now, we have 280. It's equal to having 20 what? 20 tens, 20 hundreds, 20 thousands, or what?
400.
No, it's the same of having 20 tens.
10.
28 tens. Now, 28 tens divided by what? By which
7.
number?
7.
Divided by 7. That's right. Divided by 7, it's equal to 4 what?
400. No, 40.
No,
Ten.
4 tens, because we're using
Tens.
tens. 28 tens divided by 7 equal of 4 tens. And now, how do you write 4 tens? 280 divided by 7 now. We're going to write 4 tens
40.
in numbers.
40.
40.
40
0.
tens.
That's right, 40. 4 tens is the same of 40. How do you check the answer? Again, you multiply 7 times 4, it's 28, and you just copy 1 0 here. So it's 40.
Finish.
Finished?
I finished.
Yes. Yes, I finished.
Yes. Okay, if they finish work in the next exercise, we have 3, 4, 5 more exercises that we're going to divide. So we have 360 divided by 6. Try to do it by yourself.
No. Déjame cambiarle, ya está muy difícil.
I finished the exercise 3, 4, and 5.
Okay, continue 6, 7, and 8, the order, please. Then we're going to check the answers. Marcelo, did you finish this part? Santiago Chavez? No? Okay, 10 seconds more, and then I'm going to change this.
I finished.
Okay.
I
Finished? Nobody's missing to copy this part, 156, exercise 1 and 2? No? Okay,
No.
I'm going to clear here. And let's go to the second part of this speech. We have to use the basic facts and place value to find a quotient. You can use your notebook, or we can use this space. It's short space, but we can use it. It says 360 divided by 6. Think about one number class that you multiply by 6, and the answer is 36.
Yes.
6, that's right. 6 times 6, 36. How many zeros we're going to copy?
One.
That's right, and that is the answer. 60 is the answer. Just copy 1 0 here, and we have 6. Yes?
Yes.
Because you know the tables. Look, it's easy you know the tables, because you know 6 times 6 is 36.
Easy.
But if you don't know the table, it's going to be kind of difficult for you. Yes? Now, 2000 divided by 5.
4.
4.
4. Why 4?
400.
400.
Please 20 divided 5.
That's right. 20 divided by 5. Thank you, Lucia. You have 20 divided by 5. It's, you say, 5 times 4 equals 20. And you copy that 2 zeros here. So excellent. You use that basic fact. You divide 20 divided by 5 equal 4. And the other two zeros, you write it down because we're talking about hundreds. Excellent. And what about number 5? 4,500 divided by 9.
4.
500.
504.
500.
400. 400.
54. Okay, let's check.
Five.
Let's ask 5. We have 45 divided by 9. What is the answer of 9 times 4?
4. No. 9 times 4.
Mhm.
45.
45, are you sure?
No.
Or 9 times 5 is 45. 9 times 4 is 45 or 9 times 5?
9 times 5. 9 times 5.
9 times 5, that's right. So 9 times 5 is 45. And how many zeros you copy?
2.
2, that's right. So it's 500, not 4, 500, because 9 times 5 is 45. And the two zeros that we have 500. Yes, put a check. If you have correct, put a check. If no, correct it, please. Put a check if you have these answers. Yes. Okay, now let's see here. Let's work.
I have correct all.
All correct. Okay. Okay. Now it
And I
says on
finished.
your arm. On your arm, we have again.
I
as you can notice,
finished.
it's the same. Thank you, Yosha. You finished. We have 560 divided by 8. What is the answer of this? 560 divided by 8.
7.
7. That's right. And how many zeros we copy?
1.
We copy one. So it's 70. Because 8 times 7 is 56 and you copy 1 0. What about 200 divided by 5?
4.
3.
400.
400.
400.
Yes.
No. 700.
Are you sure that it's 400?
No. It's
Yes.
700.
Okay, we have 20 divided by 5. Look at here. It's 20 divided by 5.
4.
100.
It's 40.
Why 40? We use 20 by 5. 5 times 4.
4.
And you copy 1 0. And you copy 1 0, class. So it cannot be 400 because take care of this. Take care when we're multiplying by 20, dividing by one number that we look for 20. Why? Because it's not two, we're not going to copy the 2 zeros. Remember, we're using 1 0. 5 times 4 equal 20. We just copy 1 0. It's just 1 0 that we copy, not 2. Because 20 divided by 5 equal 4. So we just copy 1 0, not 2. So the answer is 40. Yes? And let's finish with 8. Today we're going to finish with 8 and tomorrow we're going to continue. 240 divided by 4. What is the answer?
6.
6. And how many
60.
zeros?
60.
60. That's
60,
right. 1
yeah.
0. We copy 1 0.
Again.
Yes? Again,
Again.
remember your homework in math is to study the tables, to review the table. We're going to finish here, class. Bye-bye. See you later. See you next class.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
See you next class.
Bye.